What is up, party people? Alex Gallner here for another edition of Journal Party Live. This week is pretty special because we've had a couple requests for this one, actually, a lot of requests for this one. If you've been in the journaling space for very long, or even in any kind of space that's around psychology, you've probably heard of shadow work, as made popular by Carl Jung. So that's what we're doing today, Intro to Shadow Work. We got 10 prompts for you. And let me throw on a little bit of music, kind of set the vibe a little bit. Hopefully, we get some good stuff from the royalty free bin here. All right, I can deal with that. All right, so I thought since let me turn off the AC first. Always forget that. You can't be having all this external noise and stuff going on. So, anyway, I thought that since this is a little bit outside of the realm of what we normally do over at Journal Party, that people would benefit from having a little bit of a primer on what shadow work actually is and some tips. So, just so that we can make the most out of this. So, let me go ahead and I made a little presentation here. It's not, if you can call it that, just something so I can read and not and too much as we there it is as we can dive into this shadow work journey together. So shadow work, if you're not familiar, let me get to the next slide there. What is shadow work? Well, shadow work is a transformative inner journey that involves delving into the hidden, suppressed, and often unloved parts of ourselves. Coined by the Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung, the shadow refers to the parts of our personality that we choose to reject or ignore. And these can be traits, feelings, or memories that we deem unacceptable, often because of societal norms or personal experiences. And by confronting and understanding our shadow, we can integrate these aspects, leading into greater self awareness, healing, and personal growth, which we love here at the Journal Party. So, here's a couple tips before we get started. Safe space. Ensure that you're in a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed. This is your sacred space for introspection. And to that note, this isn't the vibe we're looking for music-wise. So I'm gonna see what the ambient channel is. Maybe it'd be kind of spooky or something. I don't know. Give it a second there. All right, we'll keep going through the tips. So no judgment. Approach your writing with an open heart and an open mind. Remember that this is a process of understanding, not judging. Be honest. The more honest that you are with yourself, the more transformative the experience. And it's okay to feel vulnerable. And that's a sign that you're actually on the right track. You also want to be embracing all your emotions, whether you feel anger, sadness, joy, or confusion. Allow yourself to feel it fully if you can. Every emotion is a clue to understanding your shadow. And often it's those more difficult emotions that when we're able to let them come up and actually process them, that's when a lot of the really good stuff with shadow work happens. Also, after this, it's a good idea to revisit these entries and, the entries of any of your journaling, really. It's always nice to revisit it now and then, because over time you'll be able to go back and it's going to give you insights into your growth patterns, and you might see stuff that you missed the first time around. Another thing, shadow work can be a little tricky, so I put practice self-care on here. Shadow work can be intense, so after a session, it's good to do something nurturing for yourself, whether it's a walk, a warm bath, or listening to some soothing music. Definitely be nice to yourself, take care of yourself, but be brave and be bold if you can. And lastly, seek support if you need it. If you ever feel overwhelmed, consider seeking support from trusted friends, a therapist, or a shadow work group. And with that, let's see, did I put anything else in here? All right. Remember, shadow work journaling is a journey, not a destination. It's about embracing all parts of yourself, even the ones that you've hidden away. By doing so, you pave the way for profound personal growth and healing. So, hope everyone is ready to get started. If you're here, definitely let me know. Say what's up in the chat so I know I'm not speaking into the shadows, into the void here. Let me take down this presentation and we'll get ready to do our guided journaling session here. All right. And I like to put it on that side over there. All right, there we go. So everybody ready? Hi, is it Demetria? I don't know how to say it. I wish I maybe you could put it in there phonetically. But welcome to the party. Good to have you here. And I'm just gonna get this thing started. The people who are showing up late, they can always rewatch the replay or whatever. But you know, we're here and we're ready to get rocking and rolling. So I'm gonna throw in the ticker here for those folks, those stragglers who are coming in late, and we'll get started. All right, get your pen, get your journal, because it's time to do intro to shadow work. Here comes your first prompt. Childhood echoes. Recall a recurring negative pattern in your adult life. For example, a certain type of conflict or recurring emotion. When is the first time you remember feeling this way or experiencing a similar situation in your childhood? What's up, Billy? Good to see you again. All right. I can already tell that we might have to increase the time on the app for these. Anyway, let's get going with prompt number 2, projection awareness. Think of someone you strongly dislike or get triggered by. What specific traits or behaviors irritate you about them? Do you see any of these traits, even to a small degree, in yourself? Just start writing. All right. I love that prompt. Whenever you got something, in your head about somebody else, you can almost always point back to yourself and see the same stuff. Anyway, let's keep going with forgotten dreams. What were some dreams or aspirations you had as a child or a teenager that you didn't pursue? How do you feel about them now? All right, next prompt, defensive reactions. Reflect on a time when you reacted defensively to feedback or criticism. Why did that particular feedback trigger you? Or I'm sorry, why did that particular feedback trigger such a strong reaction in you? Just start writing. All right. Secret desires. What are some desires or dreams you have that you are afraid to admit to yourself or others? Why? What are some desires or dreams you have that you are afraid to admit to yourself or others? Why? All right. Hide that one. Next one, regretful moments. Recall a time when you acted out of character or did something you regret. What emotions or triggers led you to act that way? Next prompt: taboo thoughts. What are some thoughts you often push away or deem as bad? Why do you think they arise, and why do you judge them? Alrighty, here comes your next one. Before that, though, we just had a question in the chat that there's an app, and yeah, maybe I'm not doing enough promoting of it. I thought I was over promoting, but yeah, we have a journal party app. So this thing that you're seeing right here that I'm sharing on the screen is actually available on mobile, and you can also access it on the web. Quick shortcut to do it in your browser is just app.journalparty.com, or you can download the mobile app. It's available in the Apple and the Google Play stores. So check it out. Yeah, if you want to do this stuff at your own pace, you don't always have to jump on live with me to get all the new programs that we're constantly releasing. And also, if you stick around till the end, I got a little special thing for you regarding all that. So let's get back into it. Shameful memories. Write about a memory you're ashamed of. How did you feel then, and how do you feel about it now? Hero and villain. Think of a story, myth, or movie where you strongly identify with the protagonist. Now, try to see the story from the antagonist's point of view. What does this exercise reveal about your personal biases or blind spots? Alrighty. Contradictions within. List out some contradictions within your personality. For example, you might be both introverted and extroverted in different contexts. How do these dualities play out in your life, and how do you feel about them? All right. That's it. We did it. We finished the intro to shadow work program on Journal Party Live. So thank you so much for journaling with us. Hopefully, you were able to shine a light on some of the things that you keep hidden in the darkness. Um, for me, just a quick share. I guess I feel like I'm actually quite aware of a lot of this stuff. I mean, probably to different degrees, but it's definitely an interesting thing to put it all out there and intentionally write it down and try to pick it apart. These things I think when they come up in everyday life for me, it's like, oh no, get back down, go away. And it's an awesome thing to have your journal there to kind of create this workshop for the mind, if you will, and explore some of these things and play with some of these things. Hopefully, it wasn't too challenging for anybody. I know that there was a few that I could probably use a little bit more time on, as well as a few that I was really resisting. And so, hopefully, everyone was brave and got some good stuff out of that. But as I mentioned at the top of this program, if you are having difficulty with any of this stuff, and this stuff is really scaring you or whatever, like, don't put yourself into a place where you're going to spiral out of control. It's definitely always a good idea to become as aware as possible of your support network, the people in your lives that can be of help to you, whether it's a just an ear to listen, or whether it's something more formal like counseling or therapy, which I'm a huge proponent of. And I think if you find a really good therapist, they'll probably be interested to hear some of the things that you wrote down today. So, uh, you know, come as you are, take what you please, or do as you like. I hope everybody got something out of this. And for those of you who stuck around, I've got a little something special for you. So right now, we are currently running a special on the app, which some of you guys were asking about. So it works on the on mobile app as well as the desktop. And normally, it's a subscription, so it's either $5 a month, and there's also a yearly deal in there. But rather than spending $60 a year, if you're really into this stuff, I personally don't love subscriptions, and I avoid them as much as possible. And so I wanted to reward the people who are early adopters. And if this is something that you're into, I've been releasing new programs at this almost every week. So definitely every month. But the cool thing about this is the lifetime deal. You just pay once and you're in. You're in the club, and that's going to go up because as we get more members, it's just a demand thing. But personally, I've never loved doing subscriptions, and so I didn't even want to do that. Unfortunately, the economics of it kind of make it a thing that a choice that we've had to make. But for those of you guys who are in here early, guys and gals, however you identify, check it out. Check out the Journal Party Lifetime deal that we've got going on. It's if you can't scan the QR code, you can actually just visit lifetime.journalparty.com. I'm not sure if it puts that in the chat when I throw the QR code up there. Let me throw it in .com. Cool. And that's going to be available for a limited time. We might get rid of it or raise the price, though, depending on how many people jump in, because as fun as this stuff is, it isn't it isn't free for me to run it and do it. So anyway, I really appreciate all your support. And whether or not you jump into Journal Party Premium, you should still get the app, because we have a bunch of free programs in there, as well as these live journal jam sessions that we do every week. So even if you are just kind of dipping your toe in the water, or whatever it is, it's worth getting the app, because there's a ton of goodies in there, whether or not you're a premium member. So definitely check that out. And that's all I got for you. So I would love to stay connected. Definitely join our Facebook group if you haven't already. That's where we post a lot of the updates for all these things, and it's kind of a direct line to me as well. So if you have some feedback or any ideas for different programs you want to see in the app or on the live streams, then definitely join that up and drop me a line, say hello, and you know interface with your fellow journal party people. I think that's what I've been calling y'all. So yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate you. Hope you got a lot out of that. My name is Alex Gallner. Thank you for joining, and